Drink Philly recently had the pleasure of touring one of our favorite breweries, Victory Brewing Company. This brewery in Downingtown, PA has been in business 13 years and in that time has become both a local and national favorite, serving over 25 states. Most notable for Hop Devil and Golden Monkey, their diverse catalog spans almost 20 beers. The people at Drink Philly were lucky enough to get an exclusive tour led by President and Brewmaster Bill Kowaleski.
Temperature control is incredibly important at many stages of the brewing process. Here we are in the finished room where we've got finished product, and holding it at the right temperature is obviously going to help its stability and help it be fresh when it arrives to the consumer. But also with raw ingredients, the hops, keeping them at the lowest temperature possible is going to protect them from oxidation and keep them fresh as long as possible. So we got the ingredients going in, beer coming out.
Located in a refurbished Pepperidge Farm facility, this brewery produces over 42,000 barrels per year. That's almost 1.8 million gallons of beer.
So this is our original filter. It uses diatomaceous earth. It's essentially a food-grade pool filter, you might say. The DE sort of blocks and allows the passage of the liquid, but traps all of the yeast. We still have it because it's still highly functional and highly usable, but we moved with newer technology just in the summer, and that is the centrifuge, which actually spins the particulate matter, the yeast cells, out of the beer. So behind us is our new fermentation room. So everyone's support of our delicious beer has caused us to create these 440 barrel tanks. They're protruding up to a height of about 43 feet. Hopefully at the end of November, lots of great Victory beer will be flowing out of here. One of our main employees in the brewing process is software, actually. We have flow rates and temperatures displayed. We show that there's heating going on in the mash tun and mash kettle at this point. And we've got flow rates and pressures described in the lauter tun where the beer wort is separated away from the spent grain. Local farmers have access to that silo 24/7, so all of our spent grain is going out to augment cattle feed. And we're working with Milky Way Farms now, which is growing some beef cattle off of our spent grain as well, so that should be a tasty experiment pretty soon. So behind me is our brew house, the beginning of the process essentially. The very first stack you see through the window there belongs to the mash kettle, and this is where the water and the malted barley are combined and mashed. Over the course of typically around 2.5 hours, we have a heating process that occurs in there. At very specific temperatures, we first liberate the proteins from the malt, and then at higher temperatures, the starches of the malt are converted into simpler sugars. So 10-hanger hops from a small family farm that we work with. These are going to provide primarily aroma to our Prima Pills, also utilized in our fest beer. Well, in this tank we got something rather precious. HP is Harvest Pills. This is one of a rare wet hopped pilsners that occurs here in the United States. We utilize hops in this beer, as we have for the last 5 years, from a farm up in upstate New York. So we're able to basically have these hops come off of the vine, loaded into our refrigerated truck. Our driver's in contact with the brew house. So basically, the brew house is ready at a boil when these hops drop in. So unlike dried hops, which we have to utilize throughout the year, just as any other brewer, these are hops that basically go from vine to kettle in essentially 12 hours. And so this is what we've got going in this tank, and it's time for you to enjoy some.
After a wonderful tasting of Victory's newest beer, Yakima Twilight, and a short stroll through their vast warehouse, we decided to take a trip down to the family-friendly Victory Brewing Company restaurant. While there, be sure to check out the delicious hand-tossed pretzels, homemade barbecue, and hearth-baked pizzas. Drink Philly would like to thank the kindly folks at Victory Brewing Company for being our first brewery tour, and hope you enjoyed our first edition of Inside Brew.